Hey friends, I got something really exciting that I want to share with you. But before I get to it, let's just do a quick recap. COVID-19 has been the most disruptive thing that almost all of us have ever experienced. I mean, it has been a really painful 5 months. The way we work, the way we shop, the way we interact, the way we socialize, the way we go to restaurants, and of course the way we go to church has changed. We've had to redo everything. And at first when this happened, we transitioned from being in person to online. And it was great. I mean, people were excited to still be able to hear the worship and the time of teaching. But then something started to transition right after Easter. I think for many of us, we had done a couple of weeks, and we're like, I missed the original thing, and since I'm not there live, I may miss a week. Oh, I'll catch it later, and then we didn't catch it later. And what we have found statistically across all of America is that engagement with the Sunday service is down roughly 55% where it was when COVID-19 first hit. And this is actually really concerning for me as a pastor, as your pastor. Because here's what I know. When we break patterns, when we stop engaging with what God has shared with our pastors to speak to our church, it doesn't simply affect our Sunday, it starts to have implications on following the Word of God midweek and our devotions and our time of prayer. And so what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing is that so many Christians and so many in our church, in the time when it's most critical, where our anxiety is up and our stress is up and the world seems chaotic, that we aren't listening to the voice of God as much as we need to, if at all. And part of this is the first step is making sure we're engaging weekly in worship and teaching here at CenterPoint. Because here's the thing, we are never in a place of stagnation in our faith. You're either growing or you're declining. There really is no in between. And so if we're not engaging the service and we're not engaging the Word of God on a regular basis, it's going to bring us further away from God. And friends, we cannot let that happen. So here's the deal. Normally in August is the time when church attendance is the lowest. It's when we're all busy and distracted and we have vacations and things like that. It's a beautiful day, let's head to the beach. But what if we can turn the table on that? What if instead of August being one of the lowest attended Sundays of the year, it's actually the most attended Sunday in the year for us at CenterPoint? What if we start to spiritually grow again and we're so intentional with it? Which is why we want to do something a little different this August. So I want to throw a challenge out there to everyone at CenterPoint Church. #AllInAugust. Normally, All in August is a time when people are trying to make sure they're getting physically healthy, but we're gonna flip that around to what's even more important, to get spiritually healthy. And so here's the challenge, that all 5 Sundays of the month of August, that you are intentional, make sure you don't miss a Sunday, that you're engaged with what God is challenging our church to hear and understand each and every Sunday of the month. And you can do that through 3 ways. The first is, as you know, you can come in person. We've had about 30% of our church coming back on Sundays. We would love to see you, but maybe you're not ready for that. You don't feel it's safe yet. We understand that, and it's okay, which is why we've continued to make our online service as good and great as possible. And so you can, of course, watch live on Sunday. And then lastly, let's just give the hypothetical, you are away on Sunday, you couldn't make it. Well, that's why we still have our services on demand, and you could check it out anytime, but we want you to do it within that week. We know if you put it off another week, what may happen, you may just not get to it. And so will you be willing to be all in August with us as the church? Will you take this challenge and let this be a month where we are all growing spiritually, all hearing the same thing and making sure that we are pressing forward in this challenging time as the people of God? CenterPoint, this is our month. This is our month to reclaim what has been lost and to prepare for what is yet ahead. Are you all in this August with us?